Hi, my name is Susan Palmer. I'm the author of the Guitar Lesson Companion, and I hope you enjoy this lesson on chord riffs. So this lesson is going to make the most sense after you've completed part 2 in the Guitar Lesson Companion, especially pages 141 through 148. On those pages you'll find an explanation of the CAGED system, and you'll also find worksheets and drills so that you learn the names of the notes on each one of the strings along with their corresponding scale pattern and chord shape. Now I'm going to start in the key of G. I'm going to start with a G chord and an E string root or an E shape. And I'm going to play just the top 2 strings with my first finger, the notes D and G. I'm going to hammer on the note E with my 3rd finger on the B string. Now I'm going to create a suspended 4th by playing my first finger on the note D and my 3rd finger on the note C on the G string. I'm going to hit those 2 strings together, and then I'm going to resolve that to my 2nd finger, which is the note B, or the 3rd of the G major chord. So far I've got this. Now I can also create a suspended 2 or an add 9, however you want to think about it. I'm going to grab the note D with my 2nd finger and the note A on the G string with my 1st finger. And then I'm going to resolve that by hammering on with my 3rd finger onto the note B on the G string. I'm going to finish that off just by hitting the note G on the D string. So now that whole chord riff idea sounds like this. Now the next shape that I used was based off of a D string root or a D-shaped chord, and I just played what looks like a D chord, as you remember from open position down here, with the root note on G, and I'm going to create another suspended 4th here by hammering on my 4th finger onto the note C on the high E string. You can also do things like, I'm going to grab the note G here with my 4th finger, the note D here with my 3rd finger, and then I can create another suspended 4th by hitting that C on the G string, resolving that to the note B, the 3rd, and then again finishing that off by hitting the root note G on the D string. There's another one that you could do if you wanted to hit a suspended 2. I'm going to play the notes G and D with my 3rd finger and 2nd finger, grabbing the note A on the high E string, and then I can resolve that by adding the note B for the 3rd of that chord. Now I'm going to think of a C shape. Here's a G chord and a C shape, and I'm going to grab the note G with my 2nd finger on the B string. My 1st finger is going to hit the note D on the G string, and I'm going to hit an added 6th right here, which is the note E, right on the G string. Now I can create another suspended 4th by grabbing the note C with my 4th finger. I'm going to use my 1st finger on the note D here, and then resolve that to a B. I could also take that down even further, add an A, and then I could add a G here. I've got a G and an A happening. I could resolve that to a G and a B if that's more appealing, or I could just keep going down. Now what I'm doing right here is a very important concept. I am basically thinking any note in the key of G is fair game. So if I want to hit the note B and the note D, that'll sound nice. If I want a nice transition, I'm going to hit the note A and D. I can hit G and A. Those are both in the key of G major. F sharp and A kind of sounds like a D chord a little bit, which is the 5 in the key of G, and that's fine too. Then I got an E and an A right here, just interesting 4th kind of a sound. I can resolve to a D, I can even take that down to a C, and I can just keep resolving that any way I want as long as I'm in the key of G major. Another concept is based off of the A shape. Here's my G major and an A shape. I can add a suspended 4th with my 4th finger, how convenient. That was the note C I added with my 4th finger on the B string up here. I could also use that concept I just talked about, which is what I used in the introduction there. I just was thinking the key of G major. I'm thinking B and D. I'm thinking A and C. I'm thinking G and B, I'm thinking F sharp and A, I'm thinking E and G, D and F sharp, C and E, and then I'm finally thinking G and B to resolve everything. One other concept based on the G shape. There's a G chord on the 12th fret here, not one you're going to play very often. I use it a lot in teaching just to demonstrate the CAGED system, but it's not a very practical chord all on its own. What it does have inside it, though, are all these suspensions and so forth. All I'm doing is I'm again playing those notes in the key of G major. I'm using this chord shape as kind of my bass pattern here. I'm jumping off and adding suspensions. I'm adding an add 9 here, the note A. I'm adding an E here. And I'm just playing double stops. The first part I was just playing a G and a B, and then hammering on that note A. Then I'm playing a D string and the G string, and I'm hammering on the note E on that D string. And then I'm playing the A string and the D string, and I'm hammering on the note B. And then I finish that off with the G note right there at the bottom there. So basically, we've got these 5 shapes for the CAGED system. I'm starting in the key of G, so I've got the E shape here, then I've got a D shape here, then I've got a C shape here, I've got an A shape here, and then I've got a G shape here. And because I know the notes on the guitar, I know the notes in the G major scale, I can find these interesting, fun little patterns in here that add a lot of life to your chords when you're comping behind somebody who's soloing, or if you're just having fun on your own comping some chords. So I hope that stuff gets you started, and you have fun and come up with some real interesting things on your own. Hey, I hope you enjoyed working through that lesson, and I also hope you've had an opportunity to visit leadcatpress.com and check out the Guitar Lesson Companion. On the site, you'll be able to download a free sample from the book. You can link to all the lesson videos, and you can read reviews of teachers and students all over the world who are using the Guitar Lesson Companion to get more out of their guitar lessons. Now, this book's got all the fundamental concepts, plenty of progressive exercises so that students really master them, and a unique and flexible format so students stay on track and reach their goals much, much faster. So if you check out the book at leadcatpress.com and you order it from the website, I'll send you a pack of free guitar picks. You'll be invited to an online user support group, and you'll also receive a suggested lesson planner so that you can stay on track and get through the whole book in about a year. So I wish you the best of luck, enjoy these lessons, have fun playing guitar, and I look forward to hearing you in the future. Thanks.